Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed has been on a sort of decline over the last couple of years, resulting in Assassin's Creed Shadows to be the final RPG game in the series. So today, I'm going to be unlocking the Games Platinum Troophy to answer the question, will Assassin's Creed Shadows not only save the series, but also save Ubisoft? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Assassin's Creed Shadows Platinum Journey. With 55 trophies to unlock, we must play as the two characters Naoe and Yasuke to adventure the land of feudal Japan, where we must take down every target, master the way of the samurai, and hunt down every legendary animal. I'm also going to be playing on the hardest difficulty for that extra bit of challenge. We begin as the male protagonist Yasuke, and get thrown straight into battle where I get to check out the combat. And not only is it badass, but it is also incredibly brutal. R1 or R2 to attack. Okie dokie! Woohoo! Die! Adapt Samurai, perform your first finisher as Yasuke. Oh, I already like this combat. After killing everybody in our path, we switch to the other protagonist and definitely the best one, Naoe. Now Naoe is the stealthy character, which is best used for sneaking around and pulling off cool assassinations just like this one. Adapt Shinobi, perform your first assassination. Now Naoe is also quite fast, making it easy to sneak around in the shadows, which definitely helps towards the trophy Unseen, which we get for performing 5 assassinations in a row without being seen. Unseen. Perform 5 assassinations in a row without being noticed or entering combat. You see that? I'm learning. The trophy Prologue is unlocked after completing the Prologue, where we play as Naoe and have to retrieve this box. But sadly, we end up losing the box and watch our dad die in the process. Prologue. Complete the Prologue. Let's go! This game has 1 Prologue, 3 acts, and 1 Epilogue, where we have to defeat about 4 out of the 12 main targets, with one of them already dead thanks to the Prologue. But before I go for my second target, I must create my hideout, where I can hide away from enemies and plan my attacks. Oh, Soul Sanctum. Unlock the hideout. Now to find my enemies, I must look around the map and use clues on the side to scan certain areas. And after I do it for the first time, we get the trophy Scouting Mission. Scouting mission, gather information using a scout. Now it's time to go for my second target. Now to hunt a target, you need to do multiple quests in preparation. And during one of these quests, I equip a bunch of legendary gear I got for pre-order in the game and meet up with this woman called Yaya. Not only will Yaya be able to help us throughout the game, but she also grants us a trophy for meeting her for the first time. The Warrior Monk. And after doing some more preparation missions, I found myself in the Amagasi Castle where the target was hiding. So I had a one-on-one duel with him and ended up winning. And with my second target down, I get given a legendary Karasami Gana. And because I already had a full inventory, I got the trophy. Better than a bucket. Equip legendary gear in all slots. I wouldn't have that trophy if I didn't pre-order the game. Once we're back at the hideout, I start planning my attack for my next target. This is also when I decided to start exploring the area, which is when I found this waterfall. And at this waterfall, I ended up stumbling into a secret room. Can you go behind it? Oh, you can. Made you look. Look for treasure behind the waterfall in the hideout. Do I actually get anything though? No, I can just pray. Yippee. To eliminate my next target, I must infiltrate a tea party and figure out which of these 3 women is my target, because every target we go after wears a certain mask covering their face. Now because I have cannon mode on, Naoe finds out which is my target for me, so all I have to do is follow them into their cabin and finish them off. Wow, that was an interesting way to kill her. I then went back to the hideout to prepare for the 4th target, but to me, the place feels a bit empty. So I went into the hideout editor and decided to add a cat. Now not only is the cat absolutely adorable, but they also help us out in our platinum journey, as once you add your first pet to the hideout, you unlock the trophy Everybody Benefits. You, my dear, can sit right over here. Everybody benefits. Adopt a pet. For the trophy A New League Rises, we must complete Act 1 of the story, which we can do after defeating our 4th target. Now for this target, I must sneak into a base and retrieve some papers, and then have to infiltrate Honoji Temple and have a duel to take him down. After his death, we find out he was Yasuke's boss and actually has no ties to the Shinbaku, meaning he wasn't actually one of our targets. But who really cares about that, because we just finished Act 1 of the story, granting us our trophy. A New League Rises. Complete Act 1 of the main story. That was a solid act. I cannot lie. With Act 1 complete and Yasuke's boss dead, Naoe and Yasuke team up, meaning we can finally play as the samurai himself. Now Yasuke is not stealthy at all and is best for going in and destroying everything in his path. And because he's so big, I wanted to test out what happened if he performed a leap of faith. Huh. Leap of fail. He broke the bloody hay bale. You ain't that big, mate. As I played as Yasuke, I decided to take down a castle to get some rewards. But after about 40 minutes of running around, I switched to Naoe and started going for the Twisted Tree side mission. This mission requires us to take down a bunch of different targets that are separate from the main ones. And if I finish the side mission, I unlock Mortal Reminder for finishing my first objective board. Mortal Reminder. Complete an objective board. That was the final Twisted Tree member. And along my journey, I ended up taking down an enemy through a door, which ended up granting me the Master Shinobi trophy. Oh, Master Shinobi. Assassinate an enemy through a shoji door. It's now time to continue my main story target grind, where I ended up meeting a new character named Ganojo, who's willing to help us take down our 4th target. But before he joins our fight, we must battle him. And to be honest, he was pretty easy. Kuno. What a way to finish the battle.
Be so hard. That's the most fun I've had since I got here.
Wait, you got decimated? What do you mean?
Just give me the letter.
I then travelled and spoke to a messenger to get my next trophy. The Thief. Meet Ganojo. With Ganojo now on our side, we break into the target's castle, switching between Yasuke and Naoe. And once we make it to our target, we get an option to defeat him either using Yasuke or Naoe. So I chose Yasuke, and after a badass 1v1, he dies and we head back to the hideout. Now every other target is pretty overpowered compared to my level, so I decided to spend the next 6 hours of my life grinding out resources for my hideout. During this massive grind, I ended up performing my first landing roll. Sometimes perform a landing roll. Completing my first kata with Yasuke. Good form. Complete your first kata. And recruiting my first ally. Now that I've got better gear and higher level, I get back on track to defeat my 5th target. And to get information on where he could be, I meet up with someone named Kashumi. And not only do I get information, but I also get a free trophy. The Sharpshooter. Thanks to Kashumi, I was able to find out where the target was hiding, so I went straight after him as Naoe and surprisingly beat his ass. From here on out, I kinda just start doing a mix of target missions and side missions while getting trophies along the way, such as Make It Personal for putting an engraving on a weapon. Make it personal. Engrave your first weapon. I also get Hook, Line and Swinger from swinging from one grappling hook point to another. Hook, Line and Swinger. I'll take a free trophy, don't mind if I do. Oh, and Kofun Raider. Complete your first Kofun. Dude, I'll take as many trophies as you guys can give me. I also ended up collecting enough resources to finally upgrade a building in my hideout. Against Wood and Stone. Fully upgrade a building in the hideout. While going for the other targets, I had to do a lot of exploring, and for the trophy Pathfinder, I need to explore every province on the map. Pathfinder. Visit every province on the map. On my adventures through each province, I was also able to obtain a legendary piece for every gear type. Limitless. Find a legendary piece of gear of each type. I thought I already had that achievement. After that, I finally went after the rest of the targets to complete Act 2. But for some reason, I got the Act 2 trophy before defeating every target, which I believe was not supposed to happen. An Oath Fulfilled. Complete Act 2 of the main story. Finally! So to complete Act 3 of the story, I assumed I just needed to defeat the rest of the targets and complete every Yasuke and Naoe storyline. So that is exactly what I did. Getting me the trophy Giant Slayer for assassinating a Guardian in one go. And Death Blossom for defeating all the main targets. Death Blossom. Defeat all Shinibakufu. Oh my god, I think this is the longest game I have ever played. I then finished every side mission to complete Act 3. The Fall of Shinbaku. Complete Act 3 of the main story. Alright, we only have the epilogue left. Epilogue. Complete the epilogue. What a brilliant game. With over half of the trophies unlocked after the story, we still have a lot of stuff to do. I began with the recruiting allies, where all I had to do was go to a certain side mission, do something pretty simple such as investigating poisoned food, and then go back and speak to the person we need to recruit.
Yuri,
The Toxin Master. Meet Oni Yuri. I also had to do this another 2 times, making me recruit people like Yaguro, the Eager Assassin, and Ibuki. The Ronin. Meet Ibuki. Did I say that right? Hopefully. After recruiting the allies, it reminded me that if I could go back to the hideout, I can actually level them up. And if I level up a singular ally, I end up unlocking a trophy. Train ally. Let's do that again. Front of the pack. Fully train an ally. And while I was there, I decided I might as well add a Sumi to my hideout, which are paintings of legendary animals. So I went out and got a painting of these legendary monkeys, and for the trophy of rare occurrence, I need to get a painting of all of these animals. But because it needs to be a certain season to find each one, I decided to just do it later. Go to the wall station and add my legendary picture. Chase the morning. Add a Sumi to the hideout. Damn, I'm a good artist. Collector is unlocked after completing your first collection, and thankfully you don't have to unlock every collectible in the game for this trophy. So for this trophy I decided to just do a side mission, which required me to buy teacups from different vendors around the map. And thanks to fast travelling, I got it done pretty fast. Right, this person should have the final teapot. Collector. Complete a collection. To heal inside this game, you have to heal using rations. And at a certain part of the game, you can upgrade the amount of rations you can hold at one time. And if you max it out, you unlock the trophy, Suit Yourself. To do this, you need to build a Shashiki and a tea room in your hideout. You then need to go around the map and find each food vendor. And after speaking to them, your rations get upgraded. Final one. Give me my trophy. Suit Yourself. Fully upgrade your rations. While I was finding each food vendor, I ended up getting into combat, so I decided to hide until they left me alone, which ended up giving me a trophy which wasn't very accurate. Reading is fundamental. Escape conflict by using a breathe reed to hide in shallow water. What type of water is this, mate? I don't see no water. Each province on the map has a list of contracts you can complete, and if you complete at least one in every province, you unlock the trophy, would you kindly? So I spent the next 40 minutes running around destroying enemies' loot until every province was finished. Now it has interactable minigames around the map called Kojikuru's, where you must meditate and press certain buttons in a specific order. And for my next trophy, we must complete all 22 of them. The longest part about this trophy was just travelling to each location, because the minigame itself wasn't bad at all. Zen Master. After completing a Kojikuru, you gain a knowledge point, and once you get enough knowledge points, you are able to unlock different skills in the skill tree, and there are 3 different trophies tied to the skill tree. And while I went around unlocking the remaining knowledge points, I stumbled across a tournament, and if I end up beating all 5 of the contestants, I unlock Test Your Might, and I can't lie, they were all pretty easy. Test Your Might. Defeat the final enemy in the tournament. After going around the world unlocking knowledge points from just doing random stuff like the Yasuke minigame, I was able to get enough knowledge points to unlock every skill, so I unlocked the Shinobi trophy, Art of Ninjutsu, then the Samurai trophy, Art of Kenjutsu, and finally the Tools and Ammunition trophy, and the final Mastery trophy, In Case of Trouble. I am now going to go for all the legendary animals, and because you can only unlock certain ones at certain seasons of the game, I would find the legendary animals that I could, and then I would sit AFK for about 2 hours until the next season would roll around.
Perfect.
A rare occurrence. Complete all legendary Sumais. Dude, I probably have like an extra 4 hours of gameplay just waiting for the seasons. Now every trophy from here and now are all miscellaneous trophies, so we're about to speedrun through them all right now. Starting with Just Your Shadow for distracting the same enemy with 3 Shinobi bells. I'm going to kill this guy, and my target is going to be this one over there. And there's 3. Just Your Shadow. Distract the same enemy 3 times with Shinobi bells. For Adventure Out, I must shoot an enemy in the knee. I need to hit someone in the knee with an arrow. Do you think this counts? Yeah, it does. Adventurer. Master Samurai can be earned after I parry a projectile. Master Samurai. It's funny I've only just got that. Unstoppable requires me to use the Samurai stand ability before performing a finisher. Okay, shoot at me. Samurai stand. Finisher? No. Oh, there you go. Unstoppable. To unlock Final Hearing, I must put my katana away after watching an enemy die from bleed. Okay, so all I kind of got to do is kill someone and shoot my weapon. Oh yeah, there you go. Final Hearing. sheath your weapon immediately after an enemy dies from bleed. This is Japan actually requires me to boot someone off a high place. Are you ready to get kicked off, lads? Goodbye. This is Japan actually. Oh, I found him. His body's a bit messed up, but I think he's fine. Acrobatics can easily be earned if I do a leap of faith from a grappling hook. I think this is high enough. Let's give it a go. Acrobatics. Perform a leap of faith from a grappling hook swing. If I want the trophy over design 3, I need to perform a finisher on a dazed and poisoned enemy, which I was able to easily do by switching between both weapons with different perks. Over design 3. And finally, we have the trophy Happy Place for reaching the highest point in the game. And once I earn this trophy, not only will I get the platinum, but I will also be able to comfortably say if I think this game will save not only the Assassin's Creed series, but also Ubisoft as a company. Happy Place and Assassin's Creed Shadows. What a brilliant game. I genuinely do think that this game has easily saved the Assassin's Creed series, and if enough people buy it, I definitely think that Ubisoft is saved as well.